Before we get into today's video, I just wanted to take a second to talk about Leadify. Leadify is a great platform that not only tracks your performance, but helps you with your team environment. You can go over here to practice servers. I use this all the time. You can create a practice server for your team to just try out nades on, or you can go into a practice match and use this server for a scrim server against other teams around your level. Also, you can go and see your previous matches where you have your aim and utility given an actual score, and if you want more in-depth detail on why that score was given to you, you can go through and check out these deeper stats. So this is my team, Lavender Esports' first game of ESEA main this season, Season 38. And this is actually the VOD casted by two very good friends of mine. All of their links are in the description, or as you can see on the screen, their handles on Twitter are right there. So please go check them out. They stream every game for us. They cast it as well. They put a lot of time into this, and I just wanted to share this with you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this video, and these will be coming out just about twice a week as the season progresses, so you guys can follow along on how the team environment's going and all of that.
Well, at this point, I don't understand the point of delaying the inevitable at this point, guys. We got the HTB open. We got players starting to join the server, and we should be just a few minutes from kickoff here. Lavender Esports versus Nameless Esports. Two teams that are looking to finally kick off the season because of the player break. Matt, how you doing tonight, brother?
Listen, man, I am good. I'm excited. I've been busy, so I haven't gotten as excited as maybe I normally would, but I'm excited. I think this is going to be a good start to this lovely season of ESEA Main. Looking at the Lavender Esports scrim record so far, it's a very mixed bag of results, whereas Nameless, they are 3-1 on the season, and they have two pretty convincing wins here on Vertigo. It was first two out of the three matches of the season, 16-11, 16-8 win. They're a team that has played together previous seasons, so they're going to have a lot of chemistry. They've already gone through the stratting and the procedures and how they want to approach the game. So I think this is going to be a tough test to start out the season for Lavender.
Yeah, interestingly enough, so those of you that may not know, when they do player breaks, the actual veto process continues through as scheduled. So, believe it or not, Matt, Lavender has about 3 scheduled Vertigo matches right now in play. They don't redo the veto later on or anything like that. The veto stays exactly as scheduled. So, Lavender has a lot to focus on in the first few matchups, and it's all going to be Vertigo. So, this is going to be their first test. And sure enough, they've got to make sure they've got enough of a variation in their strategy because the main teams that they're going to play against are going to watch these matches closely.
Yeah, without a doubt. In this Nameless team, like I said, they're going to be a force to reckon with. They have even fragging across the board so far this season. Their utility usage looks like it's very good in their wins, so I expect to see them very dialed in early. And here we go.
Here we go. Fonzarella getting aggressive. He's already going to get one. Looking for a second. Can't find it. HardFluff will get the trade on that. Starting to go up the ramp. There's no one else there to trade. They're all more passive style setup at the very back of that site. And there's a lot of trouble to be had with those USPs at range. Classic looking to find the damage on one. He'll get a trade with shots off. Plant should be able to come in, but no, the flash is going to fall him back. Dank now going to have to make one headshot. Looks easy. The other one's right there. Z-Luck's going to get dropped as well. An easy 2K for him. One more in front of him. He's getting aggressive. Classic gets his back, and Seb is the third kill to complete the hat trick for Dank. Lavender to take round 1.
Great pistol round there from Lavender. You saw the flash play for Fonzarelli. He's able to pick up one. He probably should have had a second in that situation. He had he had 4 different players he could have chosen from. Unable to land the shots. HardFluff trades him out, and then they go to work. Great job by Dank picking up 2 quite easy headshots and finish it off with a 3rd. Great round from them to start out.
Yeah, they made it look pretty easy, right? I mean, just pretty much walk up into B site. The passive pistols were not enough, not strong enough. Eagle try to find something, can't quite find it. HardFluff gets the first. He's extremely low, and the team starts to slow down. The smoke towards the right side of connector. B looks to be the game plan. They're going to go around one. On Blackbird there with the fight. 7 fights 2. Looks for a 3rd. He'll get it. $500, by the way, with a 4-kill sitting in spawn to show everyone that $500 of investment can go a very long way. $500, by the way, Matt.
$500, by the way, and the best pistol in the game. You just saw why. 4K made look easy. The first one in HardFluff, that's a no-brainer. He was already one shot with any weapon you put in their hands, and then he just goes to work with 3 others. Beautiful round from him. Devastating for the T economy here. They're going to force back into it. 1 AK, 4 Deagles, and only HardFluff with the utility.
The best thing about that is if it's going to happen to anyone, you want it to make sure that it happens on the T side. ATG going to get aggressive with that Galil. Finds the first headshot onto Tank, but no one else left to trade. Slowly peeking the angle is yet the other 4 remaining players. Chuba going to try to take point. Will actually side better of it. The flash will go out, but no one there to peek. There we go. Blackbird gets aggressive, finds one, and closes out the second on Pat. ATG still at that same angle, looking for another. HardFluff with the AK cannot make the difference, and Nameless Esports are able to make that one a cash grab. All 5 alive, Matt, to nothing for Lavender.
Yeah, Blackbird, whoever he is on that side, let me see if I can tell you who it is. That is actually Fakey. His name is Blackbird because he is a toxic individual when he plays matchmaking. So Valve has gone ahead, or ESEA has gone ahead and said, you know what? We're just going to have you be Blackbird. You're not going to be able to know who you are, but he's extremely valuable right now. 6 kills in the last 2 rounds. Beautiful job there. Lavender caught off guard.
Perfect angle. Fonzarelli going to get dinked, but will get it. He's able to get out of there with his life. Pick off classic. Literally 1 HP with that headshot. 1 Deagle left to show on this round. That's going to be in the hands of Pat. Now, he can be very dangerous with the Deagle on the right angle, but 1 Deagle and nothing else to show for. It's going to make this difficult. ATG gets an easy pick on the HardFluff, knowing exactly where he was positioned. At this point, I would imagine Nameless runs away with this round. Pat would really have to punish them with some headshots. He will not be able to. Z-Lock will get 1, should get the other one with no issues, and he will do exactly that. So another clean 5 alive around for Nameless Esports. Barely able to get alive with Fonzarella, but he was able to, and now you'll have a clean buy round coming in for Lavender.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a nightmare scenario for Lavender. When you look at the money, they are dead broke again. The CT economy has swollen. They can buy for days right now. Out of the 5 kills that happened in the pistol round, Lavender has only found 1 in the next 3 rounds. So CT economy looking strong already. This is going to be an uphill battle all the way on this T side for Lavender.
And they're going to have to find a clear opening. And look at this angle from Z-Luck. This is going to make anything difficult from the terrorist side. And there you go. Not tradable whatsoever. Tank will die with no possible point of retribution. And that smoke to delay anything that they may have tried aggressively. They're clearly trying to commit this way. They've got no other plan anywhere else. All 4 there. Map control can be very fleeting on Vertigo. Typically, CTs will have to stay poised for a very long time to rotate. That's what you're seeing take place on the map right here. D-Luck dodges the flash, gets 1, gets a second before finally getting traded out by HardFluff. The flashes were great on support. Now Seb is looking for more. Fonzarelli also in the back of that bomb site. 2v4. HardFluff going for the plant. First headshot for Pat is good. Looking for another heal. Almost closing on Seb. All down to Fluff. Needs to find the first kill quickly. Cannot get it. STG moving in on the site, and he will drop him. ATG, excuse me. There you go. Bomb defuse will be easy. Free alive. And like you said, money. It's there. They've got a bankroll.
Yeah, the one solid thing that happened that round is that Lavender was able to get a plant. Ideally, they want to get at least 3 guns out of the hand on the side of Nameless every single round to start to eat into that economy, make them buy some guns back. But as you see, not the case so far. Fonzarelli going to hop on the op, and you still have 11,000 on Seb, 99.50 on ATG, 8,000 on Fakey. This is absolutely incredibly tough for Lavender on Tech 9s, Deagles, and a Mac 10.
Fonzarelli's going to go for this fast peek here inside that A connector. Unfortunately for him, there was a smoke there already poised in position. They did not decide to go through it. That could have been good for Lavender, having that op dropped early. And force Fonzarelli back into the bomb site on that angle. It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, they've been playing dedicated to B every single round, but they've only been going towards A. So as these rounds start to progress, this money starts to become really a non-factor for Nameless. I wouldn't be surprised if I start to see some aggression coming from those positions. Right now, they're just going to slowly walk right back up into A. You'll notice Z-Luck only has to worry about this one corner because his teammate has an op on the opposite side. That's going to come down to angles here. They've got armor, so they can be very effective at giving them a lot of respect at these angles, which means Pistol can do some quick work if they can get around those corners. The flashes rain in. The op is ineffective. Z-Luck is going to have to come up huge. He's already in one man. There you go. Pistol's making the difference. 2 dropped. The op is in the hands of Shuba. 1 flick through the wall. Dank will find another one on the Seb. It's a 4v2 retake in post-plant situation. This is the downside to playing so passively at B, is your CT players really just could not be there. Now, I mean, you got an ATG who's willing to poke. The AK he didn't even invest in. He's willing to lose it if he can exchange it for some money. Shuba will quickly eliminate him, though, and Blackbird is happy to keep his AK. At this point, he's going to stay a little close. Maybe try to see if he can get one as bomb runs out, but it's going to close out the round as they start to slowly trickle around behind him in spawn. And no contact will be had, so Lavender will escape with 4 alive. They'll be able to pick up guns on the round, which is good for them. More money in their bank, and like you mentioned, getting a bomb plant there is incredibly important, Matt.
Yeah, this actually secures at least another buy after this round. Even if they drop it, it chews into the money a little bit over on the Nameless side. But as you see, we got the double op setup coming out from them because they still had that bankroll. They're still going to be able to buy another round even if they lose this one. So here's the first engagement. HardFluff going to open up out of HEG into mid. That's quickly man advantage for Lavender.
And it's such a dangerous man advantage, though. HardFluff took the bullet to the face. He's got 3 HP. And there you go. Z-Luck, just like that, going to take a peek angle on to Classic. And Classic with a molly in his hand. Not even expecting the peek. Gets an easy kill. And now you've got HardFluff again. 3 HP, meaning one singular shot from any gun in the game, even through any wall and surface you could imagine. It's going to be eliminated quickly. But yes, there's not a better gun to have than an AWP for that type of situation. Bogdan's Law after, well. And you've got Blackbird falling off middle, flashes and smokes heading over to the A bomb site, B bomb site, but nothing actually transpiring. It's all designed to get rotations. Fonzarelli will get off the site, Z-Luck will get opened up on, and now it's a 3v3. Look at this. Look at the time that they're taking here. Dank is allowing rotation to come back through. Are they thinking swinging back? At this point, they need to be. HardFluff's already in firm control of the B bomb site. Will he be able to get one more? Blackbird going around the corner. Oh no, he'll get the read. Now you got the information. Now the CTs are trying to rotate back around. Seb's the only one on site. He's going to walk right out into his crosshair and be an easy kill. Now you've got Shuba. Pretty much last man standing, last man alive. He's got to make this happen in a 1v3 fashion. 22 seconds. Molly to buy him time. Grenade in his face. He's going to try to get the plant. He should be able to do so with no problem, but he's got to make a lot of work happen quickly. But Fonzarelli with a really good spam spot. He had a lot of HP there too, Matt. It doesn't matter. It's going to be the end of the round.
Yeah, what you didn't realize, Jesse, is those boxes are actually made of paper, and so there's not much resistance. So very nice shot, very great spam. Makes it look really easy, right? A good round there from Nameless. You were right. HardFluff is going down to 3 HP in the opening engagement. Yes, he wins it. The HP is detrimental to him, so he tries to go over to throw a fake on the B side. It works. It holds the rotation for so long, but because Lavender's caught off guard on that A ramp, then they're stuck not knowing which way to go. They decide to do kind of the same, we're going to fall back, we're going to stay, we're going to fall back, we're going to stay, and it ends up costing them. Great round from Nameless.
The difficult thing about building a new team and having a roster that's so fresh together, it doesn't matter how much preparation you have. A lot of that core knowing when to react and how to react, a lot of that comes from just playing together. You can't strategize for those moments in depth and detail. You really just have to know how each other's core abilities are going to respond in those situations. And there, unfortunately, things didn't work out well for Lavender, but still got a gun round here. Things were started off pretty well, getting that early pick on ATG. Fonzarelli staying aggressive, will get Dank, so it's going to be now a 4v4. HardFluff lurking in the middle. He's in trouble. He's going to get dropped as well. Got 3 versus 4 in front of you. Bomb site's relatively open. Again, that AWP at the very back of the site is going to be a problem if they let it, but the smokes and mollies to buy more time is always good. The plant should go down safely. Now that they know to expect that spam, it changes the way they plant, and they'll be able to fall back in sight. So they've got a good post-plant situation set up here. especially with 2 ops trying to retake. They just need to avoid peeking at all costs and play that bomb to the T. All players at 100 HP. This is going to work well for them. They're off the bomb now. The op is dropped. One more trade on site is there. Pat doing tons of work, but now he's all alone. And the AWP from Seb with the quick scope will be enough. Lavender will drop a 6th round on the half, and Nameless is looking large and in charge.
So even though Lavender drops this round, one of the things that I've noticed so far in these rounds, right? We kind of talked about it in the middle of that last round is they're kind of back and forth. There's a little hesitation, right? And like you said, that happens with these new teams. Your chemistry isn't quite there to just react because you know what your teammate is doing. So far, the takes, while the utility has been plentiful, it hasn't necessarily been timed properly. They've been missing their timings a little bit here and there. It's been a little fragmented on the take. So you have all these flashes raining over, but by the time they're executing off of those flashes, the CTs and Nameless are already unblind. This time, however, it was much more coordinated and much better timed. The mollies came out on time. There was incredible usage of mollies and nades with the smokes towards that backside to push that op away, and then also to buy themselves time to set up for the post plant. So even though you lose that round, that's a round you can go back and look at and say, this is how we're supposed to run our offense. This is what it's supposed to look like with our utility usage. Great round from them, even though they're not able to pull it off.
Yeah, I mean, and not to mention on that A bomb site, the biggest, most key part of that was right here. We'll get back to in a minute, as they are completely committing to this A hit right now, where 3 CTs patiently wait for the hit. It's coming. The smokes are starting to rail in. The mollies are going in. The flashes are going in. It's coming. There's no doubt about it. Start to slow things down again after throwing those flashes, and the question marks become, with this utility usage, are we actually gonna see them commit? And the answer is gonna be yes. And answering no aggression from Nameless. They don't actually have the map read, but they're not gonna get off this one. Oh, nope, yep, they might. This is where the map information comes into play. ATG on the aggressive angle. There we go. Re-utility, re-execution. The molly to spread them out. Zeluk will find one. He'll get a second, gets a third. All the action happening on Zeluk right now with 19 HP. Narrowly makes it out back into the bomb site. ATG staying aggressive at that hallway, and there you go. Fonzarelli to get the next one. So, missed a little bit of that action there, but Lavender, interesting how they're able to stay at ace so long and re-execute, and yet Nameless, still staying passive, not getting that info, is still able to win big, Matt.
Yeah, Nameless is just playing super aggressive off angles that are catching Lavender off guard, right? You don't expect somebody to just be standing up on top of that container there so wide to the ramp. Oh, Classic going to get a little love from Pat there with a knife in the back. But you just don't expect that, and it's catching Lavender off. And so because that's happening, they're not able to win those fights. They lose too many too early. And again, right there, you saw a little bit of the fragmentation on that utility usage along with the take, like I talked about previously.
Again, look at this. This is what's interesting to me. Now Lavender is starting to send one back towards B as if they've been aggressive and getting counter information, but it's actually not been taking place. And you'll see they're all kind of sitting back A, hoping that they'll get aggressive towards B, towards Shuba, but that is not going to be what takes place. Neither is it happening in middle. There you go. HardFluff gets dropped by ATG. Nameless doesn't need to get aggressive. Right now, you've only been testing them at one bomb site, and they've been able to hold you. Now, what do you do with that information? A is still clearly the goal. We can take anything away from their terrorist game plan tonight, is that A is going to be where they want to go. Zeluk gets mollied, but they don't fully clear him out of that position. The flash to allow him to find time to even fall back after getting that kill. Now, Classic and Take will get busy with 2 of their own. Blackbird will get the trade. Grenade is no good for much damage. The molly going to go in on the post plant. And the spam is just crisp. Straight through that smoke. The bomb gets dropped. And now Pat is all on his lonesome. And there you go. Easy shot for Seb to finish it out. They'll advance yet one more round. And Lavender's got to be scratching the head at this point. We've got to have more in the pool besides just simple A execution.
Yeah, absolutely. They need to create more presence across the map, right? Go to an early default 2-1-2. Have somebody create presence mid, 2 people create presence at both A and B. Make these guys guess, because right now you're not making Nameless guess. They're able to just sit back. They're comfortable. Go ahead, throw all the utility you want to throw, and we're just going to go ahead and punish you when you're trying to plant or on post plant. We're not doing enough here to get utility out of the hands of Nameless. They're using it more effectively. And yeah, you're right. There's got to be something different, right? I mean, right here, you're just Deagles with armor. Go hit B. You haven't done anything B side whatsoever. Do a mid to B split. Something that changes it up, that makes Nameless have a question mark in their head for the rest of this half.
One of the biggest things that would be for me is this middle area has been contested by ATG right here. He's out in the open in middle. There you go. Get some damage on him. Put some players on him in middle. It's an easy kill. He can't fall back if you go multiple numbers heavy middle, but again, they're going to pretty much resort back to A. Maybe doing a little bit of a B and A split. Maybe kind of like you were calling out, Matt, like more of like a 2-and-2. Anzarelli going to get the second pick of his round today. Blackbird gets aggressive, finds the first. And a Shuba. Pat going to flash through with smoke and look for one. He's not going to find one early. Grenade does lots of damage. Blackbird will finish HardFluff off. And now you're all on Pat, who did manage to trade that Deagle in for an AWP with that kill. And he's just buying his time through that smoke right now. He knows there's another player close against that wall. Will Z-Luck peek him? He does, and he closes out the shot. Catches his shins, which will do enough damage. Now begins the game of cat and mouse. In a 1v3, they know they want the back out of his hands. They don't want to risk losing more players, but let's be honest. Got money to buy. And Pat is being flanked. Well, not too aggressively, actually. They're still kind of relaxing. Down below him, but just a hold bomb. Pat will jump over the op shot, but Seb will make it work again. 9-2. This is the moment. You've got a comfortable buy. This is the moment that needs to go from here, Matt. 9-6, 10-5 half is going to be Lavender's claim to fame here.
Yeah, and so two things about that round. That molly that they're throwing up past yellow on that A ramp side, the op multiple times has just come through it and gotten an opening pick and just said, I'm okay with the damage. So you need to start watching that molly. Number two, right there, if you're a young Counter-Strike player, what Nameless just did with that bomb down where it was, they played that to a T. Learn from that. That's how you play passive Counter-Strike and play smart.
I feel like HardFluff now has lost his life many times to the ATG singular fight in middle. Z-Luck again getting his one big kill. He always tries to fall off and usually does so before getting traded out, but Classic able to get it there. Biggest thing missing for me right now on this offensive play is that middle presence. HardFluff losing his life early is doing nothing for the team, and I think they need to just exhaust one more number that direction. Molly's and Smoke's going up on site. Molly's going to create good separation on site. Actually forcing one player out. There you go. Classic with a headshot on the Blackbird at that hallway. ATG trying to spam through. This is excellent for Classic. Staying aggressive on top of those paper boxes. And the grenades combined for tons of damage on the ATG. And Dank will close it out. So another A execution comes in. Even losing HardFluff to middle early doesn't matter. Classic comes to life and blows it up.
Yeah, Classic just went a little backpack mode there, gets 4 of his own, and that's really how they're winning these rounds, right? That's now 3 rounds. They did it on the pistol. It's really just coming off the back of pure fragging. It's not from some amazing strat, great utility usage, and they play off of it. It's who's going to step up this round and make some plays. Right there, that was Classic. Beautiful round from him.
There you go again. Feeling breath of victory off of that round. Classic wants to get aggressive, going right back up A ramp with that bomb. Interestingly enough, it looks like one for the same default. One towards middle, one towards B, 3 towards A. Classic gets picked off early by Blackbird. The trade potential is there. Tank finds one of his own. That's not the one who was the player involved. Blackbird is still bleeding from ear to ear with only 1 HP left. Look at this over rotation. There's only one singular player, and he's sitting alone in middle right now. Finds HardFluff again on an island by himself, getting picked off early. It was a good lurk position, but wrong place or wrong time. Aimless is doing a very good job of watching that lurk. He's not been able to open anything up from there. Gotta change it up. ATG will get Tank. Molly goes on the site. They're going to try to avoid the plant situation. Chuba going to get aggressive onto that bomb site plant, which should be strong enough for a close plant, and it is. 2v4. Players are low, so there's a chance, but Shuba needs to stay alive at this angle. There you go. They're going to group together. Flash to buy Pat some room. There you go. Gets one out of it. 2v3. Again, one player still at one singular HP. Here, the scope. There it is. The headshot through the scope. Now it's just a 1v1. Bomb plant gets mollied. That's going to buy time for Shuba to get around. He's going to be able to reposition on the round. Fonzarelli knows it. He's in trouble. Shuba taking his sweet time to go back up into there, and there you go. They're going to run away with a round. That was a 2v4 conversion, Matt. All the way down. 9-4 is now going to be your score line, and Lavender, it's got to feel good about having two back-to-back.
Yeah, initially I looked at that 2v4, and on the side of Nameless, they had 3 smokes available with a plethora of flashes. And you think in that situation, post-plant 2v4 and that kind of utility on you on that CT side, that should be around for you no problem. But instead, Shuba throws a great flash for Pat. He's able to get one. They're able to work out around the smokes, find a couple others, the molly onto the bomb. A great 2v4 right there to clean up the 4th round for Lavender. They really have to try and get these next 2. If you look at the money on the CT side, this is why it's hard to be a CT, folks. They are up 9-4, and they are broken right now. They have an AWP that they saved. They're going to get some armor. They're going to toss around some pistols, but other than that, they are broke. Obviously, on the other side, Lavender not looking so healthy. They only live with 1. The bomb plant definitely helps, so you're going to get a full buy out of them. If they lose this round, they're absolutely crushed on money, but if they win this one, they have a real good shot at going 9-6.
I'm shocked somebody didn't hand Blackbird a 5-7 just to do so. After all, he is pretty much the reason that this half is 9-4 the way that it is right now.
Yeah, someone needs to talk to ATG about being a better teammate, man.
$500 changed the result of this game so far. Lavender has tried to battle back into this ever since. And they are looking poised to continue to string some rounds together now. This would be their 3rd round in a row. Only question mark is Fonzarelli on the AWP. Everyone else should be winnable. Especially now that one player has already been dropped. The only question mark is ATG here, as he's getting really aggressive. With that $500 5-7, he's going to position himself well. Tank, no armor, picks up the AWP. Now he's in a lot of trouble. Gets, misses the shot. That was the shot that could have made or break that round for Nameless. Lavender, thankfully, able to capitalize for them. Deagle on Seb gets distracted. Perfect timing there. HardFluff actually shot the floor, so he would be looking towards him to help his teammates on that angle, which was perfect. Now it's all down to Blackbird. If he had a 5-7, I would say this 1v4 belonged to him, but with the P250, that dink only does a dink and does not finish the kill and the player. So last round, 9-5. Lavender looking for 9-6.
ATG almost makes me eat my words right there. That's the first time they've gone for any kind of flank. No surprise that it's with a pistol in his hand. He's able to get around. Not only does he drop the bomb, he's able to pick up the op. Thankfully, he misses Classic by a hair. He's able to get put down with no trouble whatsoever. And now you have the last round of the half. Lavender looking to pull it out to 9-6.
Look at this aggression. Heavy aggression from Nameless. They know they're coming. Classic looking around the smoke. Zila will get dropped. Classic will win that duel. That's a huge one right there off the bat. They do not know there's another one that's very close by. Will he make a play through the smoke? That's Fonzarelli. We're going to watch him here as he starts to crawl through. He's going to look to catch at least one off the EWP, and Dake will call him out. There's the rotation coming in full. How do the terrorists respond? Look at this. The lurk position in middle from HardFluff finally using itself to be beneficial. The A fallback is there. They're going to go all the way back around to the B bomb site, which is exactly what HardFluff has been wanting to do with this lurk the entire time. He's been wanting to do this every single round and has not had a chance to do so, but here you go. His lurk is a final moment to shine for him. He's gotten 1 kill on the round, looking for more. Getting aggressive, looking for the angles. One behind him, though, will catch him off as ATG rotates long ways around. It's a 2v4. It's not impossible at this point, especially with that kind of aggression at the spawn, but Shuba there for the trade. Now all down to Seb. 1v3, finds the first kill. The trade is there to his left. If he doesn't look that direction, he's got a chance to make one at CT. He's inside the smoke. Picks up the AK, flashes around. Classic. Perfect positioning to get that kill. He hid in the smoke, waited for his time to shine, and there you have it. 9-6. From what I believe was, like a 6-1, 7-1 start. I guess, yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, it was, I think, 6-2, 9-3. Maybe. Oh, it was 9-2. It was 9-2, Jesse, because they just put up 4 rounds in a row to go to 6.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And it all started with Classics 4K, right? He's able to just have himself around. He makes all the plays, kind of bullies into A, and then they just kind of snowball after that. So I think when you look at that T side from Lavender, I think that the utility usage, they have great ideas for it, right? They know their smokes, they know some mollies, they have some good flashes. They really need to work on the timing of those pieces of utility along with their execution. And they just need to diversify what they already have, right? Maybe this is, they're thinking, hey, first map of the season, let's keep it really simple. We don't need to overcomplicate things. We don't need to show all of our hands. HardFluff having a real hard time there, lurking in middle. Maybe they throw another number that way to help out with it. Who knows? But I think they need to diversify a little bit, make the CTs work a little bit harder for those rounds rather than just sitting back and waiting for an execute. Nameless, great round. They have great counter utility. They play really well off of each other in terms of their flashes and their counter and their crossfires. So I think it was a good half all the way around. I think Lavender's maybe a little bit lucky to come out 9-6 there. Yeah, and I think this is what you expect. First league match together. Vertigo's not one of those maps that everybody's just used to and you pug out. So I think so far this is kind of par for the course, what we've seen.
It will be interesting to see how Nameless reacts. Their terrorist side, clearly their CT side, incredibly patient. I wonder if we expect to see more of that from the same from Nameless. So far, that's exactly what we're seeing. They're working a very patient default, one towards middle holding, one towards B holding, 3 towards A. Kind of reminiscent of what Lavender showed. Be a little more patient, but definitely very similar. At this point, it's just going to come down to who wants to make first contact. Right now, it looks like it's definitely going to come in the way of A. They're all starting to work their way up that ramp. Slowly, yet surely. And it's a perfect crossfire all the way across the board. Here comes the utility, a smoke to buy some time in separation. Blackbird shows his shoulder. Dank now knows he needs to worry about it. He's going to be turned and no longer looking around behind him, and he's isolated. Monza really should have an easy time of plant. Classic, unable to do anything. The Glocks through the smoke. We're going to force him off, and now it's just a pure retake. Yeah, he's basically on an island there. The second that he jumps on top of that box, every angle possible will be able to eliminate him from any side at any point. You've eliminated him. He's got a 3v5. The post plant's no good. Blackbird getting so aggressive, getting another kill. Finally gets traded out, but now it's all down to Pat, and he can't find a single one. So pistols on the night, 1-1. Nameless will get this one. Lavender picked up their T-side pistol. Not dominant from either side. That's a pistol round that you wanted to win as Lavender to secure at least a 9-9 start.
At this point, I'm just convinced that you just put a pistol in Blackbird's hand and you just let him go to work. The kid has exceptional aim with a pistol. He does a lot of damage, a lot of good work with it. Yet another great pistol round from him, and really from Nameless as a whole.
No doubt. Pistols in CSGO determine so much more than in any other game, I feel like. They are the name of comebacks and controls. That's where they start. Right in the hands of those pistols. This setup from Lavender in middle. This could be powerful. Eagles, double angles. There you go. Shuba and Pat combined for 2. Now a 2v5. How do they respond? Z-Luck gets Dank. Aggression. HardFluff. Wrong timing. Seb finds the kill there. The work that was done in middle now deleted, and A is not the answer. B is. Nameless takes control with no one home. Easy smokes, easy flashes, and now the Deagles have to try a retake against rifles, and let's be honest, that's a much bigger task than what they had set before them. And just like that, you've got Pat all alone. 1v3, Deagle headshot machine is not turned on, and that will be the end of that round. So literally, Matt, a perfect fight in middle, and then just aggression from Lavender in response, as if they needed rotation or something else, just completely threw away the rest of the round.
Yeah, the one kill that happens on Dank is what forces that aggression out of HardFluff coming down B, getting aggressive, trying to get to a quick flank. And you're right, it is completely wrong answer. The work that Pat and Shuba do is completely destroyed. And here you go, they just 5-man into the T-spawn. Oh, excuse me. They 3-manned and 2-manned into T-spawn. My gosh, I can't count. And they get 1 for it, but that's going to be about all that they get. Looks like there's 1 for Fonzarelli. He's actually traded by Pat, so able to pick up 2 AKs and get out of here with those. That'll be great for the CT economy if they can hold on to him.
They would love to hold on to him. Seb has got other plans, though. He's thought better of it, though. Looked like he was going to immediately start aggressing back, but I should kind of let that bomb do its job for a little bit, just in case. You don't want to risk the ability for them to capitalize on your kill and go for the round. But now as the bomb starts to tick away, you'll see them group and start to hunt. Imagine they'll want to take those AKs away. Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, their money's not so great on their side either, so I think they're content with keeping these 3 guns and moving on. Regardless of these 2 AKs or not, Lavender was going to buy. So them having them isn't detrimental to the T side and Nameless, so they're just going to stay smart, keep their economy for the long run.
It will be interesting to see if they have to eat that decision, though, because I can't tell you how many times as a CT, having that AK made all the difference. That headshot damage is so key on the defensive side, and I don't know. I mean, I agree. They definitely would have had money to buy. No problem without it, but it can be really big.
Yeah, you're talking about that placebo effect of having the AK on CT and the M4 on T. Yeah,
absolutely.
Double op setup, by the way, for Lavender.
Interesting that they would go that route, but it's working out for him already. HardFluff friends the first one. Z-Luck will find Classic, though. That's the first AK carryover, and now out of the round. Pat's the last one standing with it. Kind of a split offensive take here from Nameless. They're not really grouped anywhere on these picks. Not really showing their hands anywhere either. Blackbird and Z-Luck clearly favoring the B-bomb site. HardFluff in the driver's seat at the back of sight. Look at this. They're going to go for a boost on ramp. Or they're at least thinking about it. Maybe just looking for information. No, they're looking for that headshot angle. This is powerful. HardFluff did rotate out. He's completely given up the sight, so there's a chance. Good luck with the low HP. HardFluff. This is a really good angle for him, too. Yeah, easy kill on his Z-Luck. Low risk, high reward. Now looking for another. 2 more players remain towards the B site, 1 towards middle. There's the kill from mid. It's going to force HardFluff's angle. He's now going to start to recycle towards middle, but the smokes announce that the fact that they are inside that B-bomb site. The molly creates separation. There you go, another free and easy kill for HardFluff. 1 more coming around. He gets the leg on the ATG, and ATG knows he's in trouble from behind. Pat eventually closes out the kill with the AK, and now it's all down to Fonzarelli, who will find the first kill on HardFluff, gets the second one onto Dank, and now Pat, low HP, 3 HP. The Glock can make the difference. Pat to get aggressive, and he cannot close out the kill. That is a huge clutch from Fonzarelli. That is the difference between 12-7 and 13-6. And when you double up in that kind of situation, that makes all the difference. Those players needed to stay alive. That's a rough round, Matt.
Yep, and they're going to reforce into it. M4s, FAMAS, MP9. You can live with HardFluff dying right there in that 1v3. He's just posted on the angle. Fonzarelli hits a beautiful shot. The one that's hard to swallow is Dank, just sprinting at him on site. Pat's not with him yet. Pat's very low HP. And it almost just throws away a kill and really makes it, I mean, almost a guaranteed win for Fonzarelli with where Pat's HP was. A little bit unfortunate there.
Yeah, and the trust. I mean, we'll talk about the trust from Nameless there with Fonzarelli pulling out the Glock in the clutch situation, knowing that his teammate called that he was low. That's huge. There's a lot of situations where someone will say they're low or say that they're very hid, and there's no trust factor there. But your trust on that call. Classic to aggress. He finds the first kill on a Z-Luck. 1 more trying to trade out. He's not going to find anything. Shuba will fall off middle as he loses the early exchange inside there with that AK. Dank to get aggressive down ramp. He'll find one with the AWP. Turns around and almost gets another. Thankfully for Seb, he runs out of bullets, but ooh, the trade is strong. Blackbird last man standing. Easy kill for Classic. Great aggression for a change of pace come out for Lavender there. 7-13 now, your score line, and Terrorist Economy, Matt, not in good condition.
No, it's definitely not in good condition. I mean, when you win a 1v3, that means that you kind of stole around and you're probably not sitting so hot. So absolutely, they're gonna. I would assume they're calling the timeout. A nice round from Lavender there. To me, the aggression almost looked like, listen, we don't have any information anywhere. We got to figure it out now. So Classic just starts to sprint that way, tries to get aggressive to find some information because the flash play towards the ramp early on didn't work out with who had the MP9? Was it Pat or was it Dank? I forget which one.
It was
one of those two.
Dank with the aggression on the MP9, I believe.
Yep. So they try to flash him in on that back haul into yellow with a flash play early. It didn't work out. So Classic then says, after another 25 seconds, they're like, all right, we need the information. Classic's able to find the first one, fall out with his life, and then they do a great job rotating and eating up the rest of the players there on that round. Why did I say eating up those players? That sounds weird. But yeah, you get the idea.
You're thinking MP9, man. You're thinking MP9. It's all good.
I'm thinking food, man. Food.
Absolutely. There you go. Fast aggression coming out from the terrorist side. The pistols are there. Shuba gets only one. The op could be in trouble, but that molly creates that separation. He really needed that molly in place there. ATG gets dropped. But look, here comes that boost again. The one we just saw there. The AWP not going to be aware of that angle if he continues to hold this. Oh, but he's got Pat to back him up on it. That's beautiful. That is some teamwork preparation there, knowing exactly what they could do. Plays together, now a 2v4. Bombmas, Tech 9. Looking to really just kind of separate and find something out of anything. Bonzarelli will now be last man standing after HardFluff found the head. The last player. Has bomb in hand. I'm not really a factor. Classic will be his first point of contact. Beautiful angle there. Really not even anything you can really see if you're Fonzarelli before his head explodes. Now 8-13. Lavender's been doing a very good job, and when they finally went around, they stringed several together. So Nameless could be in trouble here.
Yeah, and these CT setups look pretty good. Like you said, Pat backing up Dank there on the op at the B site. So when that head boost comes in, he's just able to tap him and end that real quick. But it looks like you're going to get a fast B here again with guns this time. Op shot misses. It's all on now.
Yeah, and Dank repositioned himself for another kill, but again, they're going to look to do another head stack. What do? Now that they've got nothing to show for it on the rush, they've completely slowed things down. A flash with no response and no peek. Fonzarelli thinks better of it. They're just kind of relaxing. Definitely going to be where they want to go. They're all set up for this. Maybe waiting on smokes coming from spawn, possibly. No, he's going to wait. Yep, there we go. We're going to full execution. Right to the B bomb side. The AWP is going to have to come up huge. It's going to be all on Jake. He'll find the first one. Shubo will get one in middle. Gets the leg of another, but the Molly burning him alive. He's not going to have a chance. Mollies will be thrown over the top. Rotation will come in for Lavender, and it's a 3v3 retake. Blackbird, who's incredibly effective at being low, but not being dead, still a factor here. There you go. The boost through, though. Blackbird will find another, looking for one more with the AK. He can't quite find the damage, but it's another 1v1 now with Fonzarelli doing his work. As always, it was a 2v1 for him there, but he is converting those rounds into wins for Nameless tonight.
He's doing a great job in these situations of finding the high HP player first. He does it again in that situation. He takes out the player that has almost full health and then finds the player that is one shot away from death and cleans him up for the second kill to clutch it up for his team. Great clutches from him. Great round there from Nameless, bullying that site. And Dank's going to open up through the smoke on Z-Luck.
Yeah, and that was pure just knowledge, right? I mean, that was definitely not anything he could see there. Obviously, if you're watching from home, you have the ability to see with X-ray. But this is what makes some teams so frustrating to play sometimes. Doesn't matter. Blackbird finds two quickly. There's 3 down on the ground. It's 14th round. This is a huge one for Lavender Esports, and now it's going to be all down to Shuba and HardFluff. Shuba already there on site. HardFluff coming in for rotation. Smokes to create distance and allow plant. Look at this. They're waiting very patiently for a desperate Lavender team to push through those smokes, but it's not going to happen. No spam through either. They're just going to play the long game here. One player's got their flank down pat. The other three are just going to focus on sight. And right now, it's going to be all down to Shuba. Shuba's the last man standing. They know exactly where he's at. All four are going to be able to isolate him into an easy round. And it's going to be 15-8 with no money in the bank for Lavender at all.
You're going to see maybe a FAMAS or two, a lot of MP9s, I would assume, maybe a Deagle. Utility's going to be okay. You already got a kit on the Shuba, which is great. That means that in any kind of post-plant situation, they don't have to just go balls to the wall. They can kind of take their time a little bit, but there you go. 3 MP9s, a FAMAS, and a CZ. Ooh, I am intelligent.
Missing one Deagle there, then,
Then I'm spot on, yeah.
Would have been a perfect call. It's at the very least, HardFluff opens us up early with the MP9 kill, so that could be huge. A whole lot of nothing else going on. Rightfully so. Nameless is going to go with a more default hold. 2 MP9s, 3 MP9s inside that middle area. The long distance exchange will not count, but Shuba will eventually get the trade. Make that worth it now in 4v3. Shuba's super low. But again, it's a trade that's worth having. CT putting you up in numbers is always huge. This is my favorite way to duo this A bomb site, by the way. One hall and one right here able to trade, staying close together. You're going to stay aggressive on A. This is how you got to do it. Right now, they don't want to give away any early positioning in a 3v4. Kind of got to stay aggressive and contest on the site. Exactly what they're doing. And it's definitely going to come towards them, so they're not wrong about this decision. The first MP9 from Dank will find some kills. Classic, turn to turn. The hop will get caught out in the open. There's one more coming up behind him. That's going to be Z-Luck. Oh, and it won't matter. Classic will turn around, get an easy kill onto him. 9-15. You've got 6 rounds, 7 actually, that you need to complete the comeback. That's the start of it. So now they've got 6 rounds left to go.
Say it with me. Complete the comeback. I know that was tough. A lot of words, a lot of C's.
The comeback, yes.
Great round there from Lavender. They make a nice little flash play in the mid with a trade. The only thing I was a little bit worried about there is your lone kit is a lone with low HP and an MP9 on the lone site. I was a little scary if it comes down to a post-plant situation. Luckily, it doesn't. They make a great play on that A site. Round number 9 on the board.
B is about to be shocked with how many players are actually directly behind there. Shuba, HardFluff, it's all down to you two. 2 players I don't even have crosshairs for at this point. The execution going to come in. The Deagles and Pistols are right there. They're going to get in their face quickly. You've got to get the kills. You've got to get the numbers. There's 1. There's 2. Looking for more. Getting busy with it here. And make it easy at this point with 1 more M4 spray down. Plant is pretty much a non-factor at this point as Pat will rotate in with Shuba and they'll finish things out. So looked a little dicey there for a minute, but HardFluff and Shuba able to make it work there on the B-bomb side.
Yeah, as the terror side right there, they're already up on match point. So all they're doing right there, how many guns can we take out of their hand? If you steal a round in that fashion, hey, you'll live with it. Cool. We just stole that round, stole the game. Wonderful. We'll take it 4-1, see you never. But realistically, all they're looking to do is eat up that CT economy, make this next round really difficult, which they were unable to do.
A lot of early mollies coming into the house of Lavender. Well, a little team grenade from Pat, or to Pat, I should say. The aggression still comes out, though. They're not able to find the kill. Z-Luck is low. He's going to have to fall back in his sight because his teammate was also lost. Shuba's going to get re-aggressive. Looking for Z-Luck, but he turns around. Blackbird gets aggressive in turn. HardFluff, pretty much all on you here, buddy. It's a 2v4. Gets aggressive through that, and the angle from Z-Luck is just immaculate. Fonzarelli somehow does not connect onto Dink there at that angle. He's already got 2 kills on the round. Looking for more. Flashes through the smoke, and Fonzarelli will catch him pushing at that moment. So there you go. 16 will go to Nameless Esports. Matt, what do you think of the match tonight?
I think it was a little bit better than what I was expecting out of the Lavender side. I tried to be really just open and kind of let the game flow. I knew that Nameless was going to be tough, just based on the fact that they've been together. They're a team that's played at least 2 seasons together, if not 3, for the most part. They've had good success on this map where, you know, you look at Lavender, a new, younger team together, a mixed bag of results on Vertigo. But I think they had a decent showing. I think there was a lot of really good, you know, like we talked about, even in that round that they lose, they still did so many good things that you can go back and say, this was a good round. Even though you don't win it, it was a good round. And then there's rounds that they win where it's like, this was not really a great round for us, but hey, you know what? We took the round. So I think there's a lot to pick apart here, a lot of good. There's definitely some bad there. You know, I think if they can clean up the timings on their executes a little bit more in terms of utility usage when they're going with those flashes, I think that they can look a whole lot stronger. But for your first match of the season with this brand new roster, I'll take that all day.
Absolutely, and I think, like you were saying, the thing about being a newly formed team in a division like Maine is you're going to be up against this type of quality talent all season long. Most of the teams that you're going to play are going to be teams that have played together for 1, 2, 3, 4, heck, 5, 6, 7 seasons in order to get to the spot that they're in right now, and their core 3 or 4 players may remain exactly the same. So the idea that, well, we don't really have that much experience playing together yet, we've got to get things fleshed out, you've got to put that behind you, and you've got to figure out what makes each other tick very quickly in order to have success in a season like this. So it's all good. I mean, it's an 0-1 start on a season, but not necessarily a bad 0-1 start. If I'm going to take a loss, I'd rather have it early and learn from our mistakes, and I think they're going to be able to do exactly that.